So some of the famous people I ran into or met, I'm going to name a few of them off right now. Sam Kinison, it's like I saw him in Las Vegas at a show in Las Vegas before he passed away. It's like his untimely death, which was really sad. It's like, and I know he did a number of shows in Vegas, and we were lucky enough to see him. And I'm trying to, I don't recall. I think I must have went with Ken to at that time. It's like I don't remember what year it was. It was a long time ago, and we sat. I remember sitting in the audience, but we were sitting pack a ways. We got kind of crappy seats toward the back, but it's like he was hilarious, and wish I'd seen him again. But at least I know that I saw him at least one time in my life before he passed away. And then let's see. Then there's the story about Daryl Gates, who was like the police chief of the LAPD, back in like the 90s. I think early part of the 90s. I think he was probably police chief. I didn't look it up, but he's probably police chief for at least a decade, I think. And I think he had a radio show too afterwards and everything. But he was police chief of LA. And Halloween night, I was on. I went to, I got dressed up like as I was wearing a belly dance costume. One time I was wearing a belly dance costume, and I don't know if I was like a gauzy. It's like a certain type of costume and stuff. It's like covers your kind of full body. So I was wearing that, and I don't know if it was then or another time where I wasn't really wearing a costume. But one of those times, I think I went twice to Hollywood Boulevard on Halloween, and it was a lot of fun. And the thing is like, I had the one time I went, I had this puppet thing, as a baby thing, and it was called Baby Stinky. And I wish I still had Baby Stinky. I don't think I do. It's like if I've got Baby Stinky around, he's been in a box for like a couple of decades. So, but anyway, Baby Stinky, it's like, and he was like this sad looking baby with like snot running down his nose. He was really funny looking. And it's like people would come up, it's like, oh, look at my baby. It's like, and they go, so Baby Stinky. That's the story of Baby Stinky. But one of those nights that I was at Halloween, I saw, I'm going back to the famous people, Daryl Gates. Anyway, Daryl Gates was at one time, and he was walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and he had a lot of his guys around him, probably maybe for protection or show off or whatever. But I thought it was pretty cool that he's walking down Hollywood Boulevard when all these other strange people like myself are wandering around in costumes and stuff. He's like, so I got to see Daryl Gates in person, so that was kind of cool. And let's see what else. When I was working for Apex Computer Systems, and this was back in the mid to late 80s, Apex Computer Systems, and I'll bring this up later. I don't think I've talked about Apex yet. They were a value-added reseller. Anyway, VAR, which was common back then. I don't think VARs exist at all anymore. But when I was working there, during my stint there, and it's the only company I worked for twice, which is kind of unusual. I went to a rally and stuff. There was a rally nearby, and me and another lady went and saw Michael Dukakis when he was running for president. He was at some rally and stuff, and he was talking and stuff. So I got to see Michael Dukakis. I don't know what it's like. I'm not sure if he's still around with us or not, but I thought it was kind of interesting. But and then what else? It's like let's see. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to mention Cher. It's like I went to the Cher show. It's like initially there was like Sonny and Cher show, and then they got divorced. They split up and got divorced, and then Cher had her own show. She just kind of took over the show. And actually, I went to see her in person. This was a long time ago. It was back in the 70s, and I was with I can't remember who I was with. You know, a friend. I think it was might have been a girlfriend or something I was with. That I went with, and we were sitting. So we got to see Cher. You know, and I don't remember who the guest star was. Actually, I kind of recall who it was, but I can't think of his name. He passed away some years ago. It'll come to me. So it's like anyway, the so anyway, we saw her. It's like we couldn't believe how skinny she was. I mean, she was just like she wasn't just skinny. She was like her hip bones kind of stuck out, and you know, it's like I was kind of jealous, but. Uh, but her hip bones were like, you know, like you could see her hip bones sticking out because she was so thin, you know. So, anyway, so it's like that was fun, and I think I went with a girlfriend, and that was a lot of fun. It's like, and that was another famous person. I didn't say I met her, but at least I got to see her, you know, way back when. So, so anyway, that's it for right now.